Welcome to the Loungers Plus Live Lounge. I have a man with me who needs absolutely no introduction. Aussie legend, Ian Moss. How are you, mate?
Good, how are you?
Bit nervous.
Okay.
Because I play a lot of your songs, so the moment you get somebody that you play their music, you're like, oh my gosh. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks. Yeah, great to be in Tamworth
back again.
Back again, yeah.
At least it's a bit cooler today.
Yes.
Sort of, kind of.
Well, I got here in the early hours this morning. I was driving up from Sydney through a storm.
Okay. Well, it's been about 35 degrees the last few days. It's been stinking hot. But then, you're from Alice Springs, so you're used to.
Never bloody liked it, but
neither do I. Now, you won your very first golden guitar last year with your collaboration with Troy Casadale. How was that?
Fantastic. Yeah, it's. I mean, he's won about 40 of the things. I mean, so finally, my first golden guitar. No, I'm very proud, very happy. Yeah, it's a great song, and been working with Troy a lot lately, and loving it, and we're getting on well and playing well and having a great time.
Yeah, we actually had Troy in the other day. He called you Uncle Ian Moss, and I thought that was the best thing ever.
Lovely.
Now you've been touring with Troy. How'd you guys meet? How'd that all come about?
Probably just through. Well, look, a bit of an association started happening more with Troy when possibly. I know he's done. He's a great writer, great lyricist, and him and Don Walker have done a fair bit together. But I think maybe, I don't know, it was 2008, 9, 10, somewhere around there.
Troy, you guys went way back.
Yeah. Well, Troy was doing an album of covers, and he wanted to go down he went down to more of a bluesy rabbit hole and invited me to come and sing on. He was recording down on the Central Coast, Copacabana, I think, with Nash Chambers, maybe might have been producing the record.
Yep.
And just invited me to come and sing on. Well, actually, it just invited come and have a look, listen to what you're doing, listen to what we're doing, see if you're interested in something. He got in there he was already in the studio when I arrived, singing the fabulous Dan Penn song, Dark End of the Street.
Oh, okay.
And I just love that song, and I just, he took a little break. I grabbed the button and said, "Hey mate, you mind if I come in and just try a verse?" And he went, "Oh yeah." He said, "Come on in, it's just a generous man."
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
Yeah. Now, you've got a new album coming out. I just heard you talking to Ronnie T. Maybe eavesdropping a little bit. New album, tour in the UK.
Yeah. Well, firstly, the album is some songs are brand new. Well, we're out right now here in January 23. The album is finished. It's mixed. It just to be mastered. It's ready to go, but. Well, for whatever reason, it's still mid-year for a release on that. But it's called Rivers Run Dry.
Yep.
Title track written about a childhood mate of mine who a couple of years ago had a big serious stroke in Alice Springs. Lots of songs, some two great co-writes with Troy. Lots of co-writes. So once again, my last album was in 2018, which was the Ian Moss album, which had If Another Day, Broadway, songs like that on it, which with that album it was the first time I'd written more than 50% of the album. Once again I've gotten stuck into the writing and got all this done. That was the upside. One upside for me is pretty fortunate. Beginning of 20 when there was bushfires and shit everywhere. Cold Chisel managed to negotiate their way through all those fires and topped up the coffers nicely. So then, in the news in the background was this interesting new bug happening in Wuhan, and everyone, viruses, and then 2 months later, bang, we're all shut down. So in a way that served me well, because I was able to get stuck into the writing, which I may and get all these songs done to record the album, which I may not have done because I don't know, touring and writing don't mix for me. If I go out and tour,
you probably when
I tour, I come home. I just want to take a break.
It's like me when I get home. I'm like, just nobody talk to me. I've been talking all afternoon. Nobody talk to me.
So that's where all the got stuck into the writing, and hence the album Rivers Run Dry. UK coming up. Been trying to get to the UK for some time now, and the whole last 3 years we've got thwarted
Yep.
about the whole
Well-
COVID thing. So half a dozen gigs there in June. You know, London, starting in London, finishing in Glasgow, with a band. I've done solo acoustic over there before, so
Yep.
yeah.
Now, you've been in the industry for a while. You've done a lot of interviews. What's the one question you wish you would get asked? And what's the answer, obviously? I've thrown you on the spot, haven't I?
You have, because this is going to be one of those things. I'll be able to answer this later when I left the building. Oh,
I should have said that.
yeah.
Because obviously everyone talks about cultures
I
a lot.
have thought of that.
Yeah.
From time to time, I thought, God, it would be great if somebody, rather than do, okay, when's the album coming out? Who wrote it? And what are you playing at? Okay. So, went down a different tack. But then I thought,
that's what I tried to do.
You did, but you're supposed to come up with a question.
Yeah.
We'll continue talking, and I'll see.
I was going to talk about your show at the Long Yard tonight.
Yeah, okay.
It's going to be a barn burner. Troy Casadale referred to last year's show as a barn burner.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
A barn burner.
Good pub rock.
Yeah, yeah. But that was last year in April. Was fantastic. First time I've ever been there, and first time I played there. Just a fantastic venue. Thankfully, it was cool in April last year. And we
Not cool. Look, the weather's turned out for you. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It knows you don't like the hot weather, so it's like, you know what? Ian Moss is coming. I'm going to rain and cool down a little bit.
Yeah, it's my pub. But fantastic. Yeah, it's very something very. It just reminded me of Nashville when I walked in there last year. I had such a great time in Nashville back in 2014 when I went over there when Sam Hawksley invited me over to do some writing, and it just took me right back in a real good way. So yeah, tonight 8:30, 9.
8:30. Be there. Is there still tickets? I mean, it's probably your Ian Moss.
Yeah, you better be quick.
Yeah, if there's tickets, which there probably isn't, just
It's going to try. You can try.
You try. Now, and the most important question, aside from if you've got Tucker's daughter's number, do you get asked that a lot?
No.
You don't?
No.
I was like last year, because I was meant to interview you last year, but you had to cancel because you had a sore throat. I think, did you come down with Rona?
No, I haven't had Rona yet.
I haven't. Touch wood. Well, you must have been sick, so I couldn't interview you last year, and I was like, I'm going to ask him if he's got Tucker's daughter's number. And then this year I was like, no, I won't.
Well, I might do. It might be, yeah.
It's like, that's a need-to-know basis.
I'd have to kill you if I told you.
The most important question we've been asking all other artists this: what's your favourite chocolate? Do you even like chocolate?
I do. Look, I'm a real sucker for the honeycomb chocolate covered thing.
Crunchies?
Violet crumble. What are these days?
There's crunchies in there. That's got honeycomb. Yeah. Another vote for crunchy. I think crunchy's our winner.
Yeah, that combination of
you heard it here first. Ian Moss likes crunchies. So if you rock up to the gig tonight, bring a bag of crunchies and you'll be his best friend.
Yeah. Violet crumbles, can you still get those?
I think so. I haven't seen one in forever.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining me, Ian Moss, on the Loungers Plus Live Lounge. Have a great time in Tamworth. Hope the gig's good tonight. Hope it's a barn burner again for you.
Should be. I think we're all set to go. It's with my band, full band. So I've got a full piece band. Zoe Haltman on bass, Kerry Jacobson on drums, Clayton Doley keyboards, Ollie Thorpe on rhythm guitar, and Vienna Sanzoni on backing vocals. So it's a nice big full sound.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me.
My pleasure, Amy.
Thank you.